The main thing I'd like to read tonight is from Beyond Belief. This is the pamphlet that I gave away at Burning Man in 2003. It was actually a very significant year for me because I had been going, not continuously, but more or less continuously since 1994. And this was the first year that I kind of gave a talk, and that's sort of what I do. I give talks, I write things, I analyze and stuff like that. And I never did that at Burning Man. I wrote an article when I first went there for a newspaper, but since that point I had avoided any of that activity. And so this year was kind of significant, so I decided to write about it and to kind of give what I actually do to the festival. But it was kind of curious because in some ways it's not really a place about analysis or history or memory. It's something else is going on there. But I just want to read a little the personal story that introduces this essay, which is also on my website, techgnosis.com. If you want to read the whole thing, you can dig down and find it there. Okay, so during the 2002 Floating World incarnation of the event, which was probably my favorite in terms of the theme, given the year's aquatic theme, I finally got around to performing a solo shtick that I'd been planning to do for years, but somehow could never pull off in the face of sloth and distraction. I donned a bathing suit, snorkel, mask, and flippers, and plopped down on a touristy Brazilian beach towel on the edge of the playa near the Esplanade's main drag. I twisted my legs into Padmasana and settled down to meditate for 45 minutes or so. As a statement, I guess you could say I was performing my response to Freud's dismissal of the mystic's, quote, oceanic consciousness as an infantile resubmersion into the womb. Whatever. What really made the act work were the flippers. Huge yellow duck feet that I picked up at a secondhand sporting goods store out in San Francisco's West Portal neighborhood. Enhancing my already somewhat freakish meditation posture with these Donald Duck jobbies was, simply stated, a hoot. Amusing enough in any case to wind up being featured on an Anon Salon website. As a bonus, the gag also allowed an internal experiment. What happens when you juxtapose such absurdity with serious meditation? My snorkel sit began auspiciously. As soon as I settled into the posture and relaxed my gaze, I inhaled a distant whiff of sage, which grew in strength until I sensed that some unseen person was smudging me with the Native American New Age power plant. Gradually, I opened my mind to the wide space of sounds encircling me. I was not so much listening as generating a diffuse awareness of ambient events knitted together gently into a single acoustic space. Though I was trying to avoid identifying the source of sounds or focusing on particular noises, I soon became aware of a moving cluster of guttural barks and impassioned args. I could not resist categorical identification. Pirates. Given the year's theme, I'd expected to see many such crews, loud, obnoxious young men walking a dangerous line between honoring the anarchist sodomites of yore and using a tired Hollywood cartoon to float stupid frat boy antics. It was the first time I'd encountered such a posse, so I noticed the impression and, since I was meditating, I let it go. Within moments, I heard, or rather sensed, a large animal hurtling my way, and in an instant I was tackled by one of the pirates. He slapped and rolled me around, slobbered curses down my snorkel, and mimed my decapitation by pressing a red plastic sword against my neck, none too gently sliding it across my Adam's apple. I remained perfectly still throughout this commotion, registering but not reacting to it, and because Padmasana, the full lotus position, is an extremely stable posture, I kept my shape even as I was rolled around in dust like a human pretzel. After capering around for a minute or so, the pirate politely set me back on my haunches and ran off to enjoy further escapades. I immediately recommitted to the posture and my breath and sat for another half hour or so. For all of Burning Man's rhetoric of participation, such spontaneous interminglings of theme are actually relatively infrequent. One often enters into another group's or person's trip, But the two trips don't often collide with such intensity, and rarely pass into the physical without consent. You know, I had not asked him to jump on top of me. To this day, I blaze with admiration for my pirate's aggressive lack of restraint, his perfectly zen instinct for the performative possibilities of the moment, possibilities which were not only comic, but cosmic as well. I flashed on the Tibetan practice of chud, wherein the yogi offers his blood to bloodthirsty, blade-wielding demons in order to separate himself from self-clinging. I suspect my pirate had no idea of chud, nor more of the Mahavidya Chinnamastra, a tantric goddess pictured with her own decapitated head in her hand as blood spurts from her neck into her own mouth. But no matter. The fellow had split me open. I was facing the hot sun, and the glow behind my eyelids began to intensify, slowly swallowing me into a sad ecstasy. Inhaling and exhaling the light, I felt my heart open to the massive, glorious pain of all the beings in this world. There I sat, with a serene, broken heart, the bands of my Donald Duck flippers cutting into my ankles and my magenta Toys R Us mask slowly filling with tears. Gradually, the quiet ecstasy passed. I could hear people stopping to take snapshots, felt the stirrings of pride, but these feelings and sensations just melted into the red ball of yearning absurdity that the moment had become. So that experience